Good evening, Cancer. This read is for you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Madeleine, and if you would like a personal reading, my email information is listed below in the description box. Now, I like to think that my reads pertain to whatever planet you hold in the sign of the read that I'm doing, or the sign that I'm doing the read for, and whatever house that sign covers, your sun, your moon, but most importantly for your ascendant. Okay? Now, we're going to look at the current energies. We have Saturn moving into Capricorn yesterday. So I'm going to look and see how that energy is affecting all the 12 signs. And so let's have a look and see what house it's in for. At Cancer Ascendant, it is going to be in your 7th house. And that is the house of relationships. And so what is the energy of Jupiter going into Capricorn? Well, it's going to be expansions and the benefic good luck and all things good relationship-wise, because it's in the 7th house. Structure, expansion of long-term relationships, long-term structure, disciplined effort, lining things up the right way for the long run, for delayed results, long-term plans involving relationships. It can be a work relationship, it can be a romantic relationship, it can be old relationships stepping up into a higher commitment. Capricorn represents commitment. Capricorn represents status. It could be relationship statuses raising, or your status is raising. You're having more status raised relationships. So, okay, let's see what is going on for the energy of Cancer. Now, if these turn into love reads, I go with it. Well, it's in the 7th house, so it might turn into a romance read. But let's have a look and see. Also, karma. We have the Capricorn can represent karma. So it could possibly mean clearing, rapid clearing of karma in relationships in order to expand in the Jupiterian direction, which is for the higher good, which is as the divine most highly desires. Jupiter always represents the expansion of light and abundance. Okay, so I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. Alrighty. Well, we're starting off right away with the World card. So I would say Capricorn in the 7th house, with Jupiter expanding things for you in the 7th house. It looks to me like this is more the energy of having arrived. So I'm going to say it's clearing that karma. I would say that Cancer have really come into a place of clearing karma. And because we hit the 5 of Pentacles in the heart section, I would say that karma is around low self-esteem and low self-worth in relationships, and that there's sort of a full circle come around where because we get the Wheel of Fortune, which means we've really taken this whole journey to its end. We've arrived at the end of a karmic journey in relationships around being not good enough, and people and not being committed, or not having people commit to us, non-committal relationships where we're rejected, that are karmic, but also that are ways of operating in relationships that were ego-based. And so this is a real shift for Cancer. We're really shifting out of this energy. I get really strong karmic clearing knowledge now for the Cancer of what is truly what they truly highest desire in a relationship. They really aren't tolerating any more rejection, any more undervaluing. Cancer energy is very much in this Jupiterian expansion of in the seventh house. So it's going to be expansion. I suppose you could expand it in a negative, the shadow aspect, but with Jupiter meeting Saturn, I would have to say that it's expanding to good, because Jupiter always brings things to a higher, better place. And so I'm going to say that this experience for Cancer is a real karmic clearing, becoming knowledgeable of the difference between a spiritual relationship and a fear-based relationship that was non-committal. Now here we have the Queen of Cups turned out of alignment. Well, this always represents the divine partner, the divine masculine in the dynamic of the dual, but also it can represent husband, it can represent boss. Now remember, the devil represents the sign of Capricorn in the divine section, and then this can represent the boss, husband, divine masculine. So what I'm seeing here is a clearing of a karmic energies for the Cancer in relationships, and clearing sort of codependency, addiction, fear, attachment issues to relationships, stepping into a much deeper knowledge, higher knowledge of what is a spiritual relationship. There might be a little bit of period for the Cancerians to really gain a firm grip on what that is and their creative power in a relationship, enabling them to be really honest and their true, vulnerable, emotional self without fearing the rejection and issues of low self-worth. So I really think the Cancerians are sort of stepping up, taking sort of a shift in direction in the way they resonate in love, and they're really coming out of a low self-esteem place into a more, they're creating a little space for themselves while they become more confident and comfortable to be vulnerable in order to this relationship to shift forward. But the energies are going to move quickly, even though here I have the Queen of Cups turned out of alignment, so feminine water sign turned out of alignment, because of a relationship with this masculine that the Cancerian doesn't necessarily believe is reciprocal anymore, but the Cancerians will turn away from non-reciprocations now. That's just the way they are. It's a real healing. It's a real having healed. So there's this karmic clearing, there's this healing, and there's the ability now to really align with a higher love, a higher spiritual relationships. And again, these could be work relationships. There's pentacles in the read. Could be a low self-worth mentality, or deep belief in low self-worth, not attracting people who are willing to commit in work relationships. So low self-worth causes the block of commitment, but this is something that's clearing and causing the divine masculine or the other counterpart in this relationship to be more generous, to be more giving, and to kind of come back after the Cancerian water sign feminine. So if you're a masculine Cancer watching this, I still believe that you will predominantly hold feminine energies within you. Of course, it does not mean anything about your sexuality and your preferences. It means your dominant receptivity versus action energy. Okay, so Cancer is a receptive water sign. So and they tend to be the more sensitive, the more devoted in the relationship. So they tend to be the ones that have to turn away. And you can't generalize, but because there's other things going on in people's chart, but Cancer have a tendency to be so devoted in relationships that they don't really get what they give. So this is a situation now where in a relationship where the Cancer didn't get as much as they gave, is now going to turn around. Look at that. All the energies coming in towards the Cancerian. And then if perhaps this non-committal situation with a divine partner or other relationships, that's flipping around, because the person or the other that would not commit is realizing very rapidly of the heartbreak or the disappointment or the not or the queen, the other options not being as valuable as the water sign Cancer. So in other words, there's a turnaround from somebody in your past coming in, showing you that they're available and willing to start and commit. So the Cancerian is now attracting sort of an all in there mate, possibly even if they aren't fully healed, it's possible you will now be the object of their obsessive, maybe codependent ways in relationships. But on the whole, they are showing up fully available and ready to begin. Look at that, double energies all coming in. They will treat you like, oh, the Ace of Wands wants to come in. So if it is sexual, there's some fire here. Sometimes that just feels like fire, a lot of passion, a lot of fire coming in, and they will treat you right in order for this relationship to become physical and sexual, because there's a lot of sexual energy here as well. So this relationship is shifting. There is a shift, major shift in karma in relationships. Empowering, because the Cancers are much more in self-love and have really shifted this low self-worth, which puts them in karmic relationships or relationships that are more security-based, codependent, rather than spiritual, soulmate. So let's have a look and see what card came out. Oh, intuition. Water signs are very intuitive. You have a clear vision of things to come, and your wisdom has been guiding you. Continue to use that sense of future to direct your current path. Trust your instinct and share the divine message from your heart with those concerned. Be open to needed changes. Well, there is definitely a change coming in, a shift. So be very open. Go with this shift. It's going to rapidly come in from somebody who's previously broken your heart, who's caused you pain. So this is a very beautiful read, Cancer. I can't wait for this new shift in your life. You've deserved it. You've done a lot of karmic healing, a lot of work, a lot of clearing of karmic debt. You've aligned properly with the divine. You want what's highest for yourself and others. And this creates a brand new start for you. You're ready for this brand new, you're cleared of the karma so that you may have this brand new beginning. You're starting out as a single. I see you now becoming in a relationship. Whatever level you're in, you are now shifting up, either into more of a committed relationship or even into a relationship. But it's towards your highest wish and dream. Beautiful read. Thank you. Namaste.